Here we go again for another Daily Do Now. Welcome back, students, and I hope you're ready to endure yet another Daily Do Now. Oops, I have to shut down my Discord. Do people in here use Discord? Well, sorry that it went beep beep and it did a notification there. Sorry, I'm making you endure so many things. And that is the word we all came here to talk about, endure. Endure is a verb. Let me hear you say that. Endure. Let's go ahead and clap it out. Endure. Endure has two syllables. Two syllables. And endure means to put up with something difficult or painful. So if you have ever injured yourself and you had to endure that pain until you got to like the emergency room, you understand the verb endure. Okay, so as always, I am going to share with you a story, a little extra, something about the word endure. And I'd like to share a story with you. You know, I've talked a little bit about Mr. Wee in the classroom before, and one time Mr. Wee, he likes to juggle fire. And one time he was in a club, and they would go on Friday nights, they would juggle fire late at night. And I got a phone call. He called me from the driveway, and he said, "Don't freak out when I come in the house. There was a little accident when I was juggling fire." And what happened was the fire, he was doing actually what are called fireballs, which I do not recommend that you do at all. He was playing with fire and he had gasoline near his mouth. It caught on fire and his whole head caught on fire. And he was okay, but he called me from the driveway and he said, "Don't freak out. There was an accident. My head caught on fire." And I was like, "Oh my goodness." And so he came in the house, and I'm going to show you the picture of what he looked like, so you don't have a bad memory of what he looked like. So this is the picture he took from the driveway. Here it is. Let's see if I can make it bigger. Oh, when I opened it up, I went, ah! It is pretty horrible, isn't it? So that was when Mr. Wee caught his face on fire. And he was going to change his shirt, and he works in a factory at night, and he was going to change his shirt and go to work. And I said, "You can't just go to work." I said, "We have to go to the hospital." As you can see, he burnt all the skin on his face. There was a big blister right here that already had popped. His hair is all fuzzy and funny looking, and you can't really see it that great in the picture, but his nose hairs had caught on fire, and his nose really was burned badly. We went to the hospital and they gave him a shot, and this happened years ago. He does not, if you meet Mr. Wee, he does not look like this at all anymore, but he endured a lot of pain. He was in a lot of pain for about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks it took to heal, and he looks good now. Let's see if I have a picture of him now. I don't know, these are all so small. I don't know. Oops, nope, that's not him. So I don't know if I have a picture on my computer of him. I do in my cell phone, but I'm not gonna find it right now. He looks quite normal now. Okay, so don't worry. He endured some pain, but he is healthy now. All right, so that's your extra little nugget about the word endure, is that Mr. Wee had to endure some pain when he burnt his face. If you do get to meet him, he goes to a lot of events at school. He often goes to the school plays with me, or you might see him at a football game. Sometimes he goes to those with me, and you can say, "Didn't you catch your face on fire once?" A lot of students will come up to him and ask about that, because I almost always share that story with my students, how Mr. Wee had to endure a lot of pain when he was silly and caught his face on fire. If you're having a bad day, you know what you need to say to yourself? "At least I didn't catch my face on fire." Right? Okay. All right, so here's what I'd like you to do for your daily do now. I want you to think about the following sentence, and it reads, "After the earthquake, many people endured days without blank or blank. What's really important here is that we have this preposition called after. This is a preposition. When we use the preposition after, it means in the past. Something happened in the past. And after that happened, then this happened. Okay, so we are dealing with a past tense verb. Now this is a regular past tense verb, so we just add ed. If this was irregular, it might have a different spelling, but this is just a regular past tense verb. So after the earthquake, many people endured days without blank or blank. Think about if the earthquake is really bad and buildings come down, you might have to go a few days without what? Maybe running water because pipes get broken. We know that with COVID, we've had to endure days without school. The schools shut down. And if there was a bad earthquake, well, maybe the schools would shut down. So days without attending school. Notice that I have attend, which is a verb, but I added ing. And so sometimes when we have, this is called a preposition. Anytime we have these little words, after a preposition, we can use a verb plus ing. Something that the COVID disaster has taught us as well is that many people are going days without nice toilet paper. I have nice toilet paper because I bought a bunch before this even happened. But I know some people went days without nice toilet paper. If there was a big earthquake, then the trucks wouldn't be able to meet the supplies, especially right now. But there's not going to be a big earthquake. I don't want you to panic. Okay, so after the earthquake, many people endured days without maybe their favorite snacks. Because if there's a big earthquake, the last thing you want to do is prepare your favorite snack. And maybe the stores, would sell out of those. And so we didn't have an earthquake, but we are going through a great catastrophe. So you can think of the things that you're going without, and you can add those nouns in the blanks, okay? We are enduring quite a bit right now. We are going through a difficult time, and it can be quite painful. I hope, though, that it's not overwhelmingly painful for you right now. But think about the things that you've had to go without, and you can put those in the blanks. I think what hurts the most is that in our situation, we're going without hugs, and we're going without high fives, fist bumps. But that wouldn't happen after an earthquake. So I don't want you to get too confused with the COVID disaster that we're enduring. I want you to think about an earthquake and what would people have to endure days without? Okay? All right, I look forward to reading your responses in the Google Classroom. And I'm off until later, and I will see you for another Daily Do Now. Okay, bye. Class is on. I can see the button.